Cameron Koffel here alongside Joel Boenitz, the beat reporter for Rockbridge High School football. Now, Joel, last week, Rockbridge, they took a tough loss. What exactly happened last week, and what are your biggest takeaways from why they lost?
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of things that happened in the third quarter. I mean, there were 3 plays in a row that Rockbridge's offense had, which they created a turnover. The first, the interception, then a forced fumble off of a botched handoff, and then a pick six. So in hindsight, they just made a lot of mistakes. When I talked to Coach Venata after the game, he literally told me we shot ourselves in the foot, and that killed us in the long run. So, yeah, it was just a bunch of mistakes, especially in that third quarter.
And so typically when mistakes happen, you want to fix them. And in practice, that's where mistakes typically get fixed. We saw it while watching practice. We saw them working on the defensive side of things, defensive line, defensive backs. When we watch defense and Rockbridge go together, what's the biggest thing that they need to work on when it comes to the defensive side of the football?
Well, I think they definitely need to work on the cornerbacks. I mean, out of the multiple positions that they have, that's the least... they have the least experience. Like, you have your big defensive backs in Nate Knoll just basically covering that defense. But last week when we saw them in that third quarter, the cornerbacks were giving up 40-plus yard receptions. So they just need to work on those cornerbacks, make sure they don't get burned deep in the long ball, make sure they don't get burned at all. So if they work on that, they should be fine.
And we talk about cornerbacks, we talk about defense overall, but if you're Rockbridge going into this game tomorrow night, what's the biggest thing that you can fix in order to come out with a win and continue the season 1-1?
I think the big thing is limit the mistakes down. I mean, you look at it, the game last time, you could see that Nathan Dent, their starting quarterback, was a little bit disheveled, especially after that second interception that they had. So the big thing is limiting those mistakes.
You can watch the Rockbridge Bruins take on Smith Cotton here at Rockbridge in front of a full crowd. This has been Cameron Koffel and Joel Boenitz reporting from the Rockbridge practice.